Hi, my name is Nwankwo, and welcome to the P-Man Show, an Oaekpost TV production. In the world today, a lot of media outfits affect the mindset of this generation with the kind of content that they share. Sometimes positive, but most times negative. And very negative, I must say. Oaekpost is a multi-niche global news, entertainment, and lifestyle organization, and we will be sharing with you compelling stories and information that add value to minds. I have here with me today Ogbonnaya Agom-Eze, the founder and CEO of this organization, Oaekpost, and he will be sharing with us and telling us about his mission and vision of this organization. So, Mr. Ogbonnaya Agom-Eze, tell us a bit about you.
First of all, thank you for having me on your show. Who is Ogbonnaya Agom-Eze in a nutshell? I would say Ogbonnaya Agom-Eze is a man of empathy with a worldview of changing minds, one content at a time. And I have something in my hands, and it is my ability to write and tell stories. And I am geared towards using this potential to change minds. So that is who Ogbonnaya Agom-Eze is in a nutshell.
So what motivated you to start this company?
What motivated me to start Oaekpost? Three things I would say. It is passion, change, and transformation. I am very passionate about writing, like I have said. And also, I would like to impact lives and change lives en masse, on a global scale. And the third thing is transformation. I would love to contribute my quota in transforming lives on a global scale. So I would say these are the three cardinal things that led me to start Oaekpost, which is passion, change, and transformation.
In what ways is Oaekpost different from other media organizations?
Oaekpost is really different from all the other media organizations. I will not say it is a CNN. I will not say it is a BBC or Al Jazeera or any of those kinds of news organization. I will not also say it is. It's not a gossip hub, but it is a hub for positivity and possibility. It is a place where I and my team, we create content that affect the lives of people in a positive dimension. So I would also say that these are some of the things that our mission is what forges us and differentiates us from our competitors and all the other organizations. And what would you say our mission is? Our mission is to provide content-rich information that will add value to the minds of people using our categories, which is in the news category, entertainment, and lifestyle. And all these major categories also have subcategories. And another mission of ours that differentiates us from all the other news organizations is we are constantly creating a dialogue of the subconscious. We're constantly creating a dialogue through our contents. But by the content that we're producing, we are dialoguing with the minds of people. And I would say it is not like an ordinary news organization that is constantly releasing news on the fly as it is happening live. We provide opinions about different views and different issues in our society, in all our categories, and we provide all these different views, and it helps in the transformation of the minds of people. So we are a content niche and a content-rich platform that is geared towards transforming a whole lot of minds. And that is what differentiates us from all the other news organizations that is a lot of them, like you have mentioned, constantly pandering negative information in the world.
Why should Oaekpost be read by everyone?
Oaekpost should be read by everyone due to the fact that we want people to have a paradigm shift. And when I say a paradigm shift, I want people's minds to be transformed. I want people to be laden with positive information. Like you said, you turn on the TV, it is negative news. You turn on you open your phone and you're checking the news, and the news highlights and everything is all negative news. And you turn on your computer and you're looking at news, it's all negative information. Oaekpost is a possibility and a positivity hub. Everybody needs to read Oaekpost for a transformation. Everybody needs to read Oaekpost so that they can have a changed mindset, so that they can be transformed in their reasoning. So that is the thing that is driving my passion in seeking that people all over the world should read Oaekpost or should be on the Oaekpost platform checking out what we have.
What did you study in college?
Actually, I did not even study creative writing or journalism or even mass communication, but I'm an architect. So but it's pretty interesting because I've been writing since I was a kid, like I mentioned. I started writing at the age of 5, and I have a story to tell you. When I was a kid, you know those typewriters, those old typewriters that has ribbons?
Yeah.
Okay, my dad had one of those typewriters, and because of my passion and constantly wanting to write, I took that typewriter and I started typing stories. I started typing, creating different kinds of content, short stories, motivational stories. And also I like drawing and doing all those kind of things. And there's sometimes I've typed up stories and I took it to school, and my teachers in my elementary school saw the stories and they were really fascinated. And they said, you have a talent, you have a potential, you have an ability to write. And also another story to buttress the fact of my passion for writing is when I was in college studying architecture. A friend of mine that was in the English department came to my room. I keep a lot of journals. I'm constantly writing stories, any thoughts, ideas that comes to me, I'm constantly penning them down, poetry and all those different kinds of things. So he came into my room in the hostel and he saw my journal, and he picked up my journal and started reading it. And he said, "Did you say that you were not studying English?" I said, "No, I'm studying architecture." And he said, "You should be in English. You have an ability to write." So I didn't study any of those, but I would say it's just a passion. The passion that I have is a flair, a talent that I have, and I have been harvesting it and trying to make something out of it. That is how I started writing, and that is the genesis of how Oaekpost took flight.
Every organization and every new venture has always had some difficulties they face. What are the challenges you have faced so far in Oaekpost?
Every entrepreneur has a story to tell. The big companies that we see today, the Amazons, the the Facebooks and all that, they all have challenges. And Oaekpost has its challenges also. In the initial stages of starting the organization, I had challenges. I started by myself, and I have had the opportunity of writing over 300 articles.
Wow.
And I have published 127 of them to launch the site, all by myself. But today we have guest contributors, we have guest creators, we have staff writers that are working on in their organization. So that was a challenge, forging something, from nothing, forging something from the very foundations of nothing and trying to create that. That was a difficult process. And another difficulty that I had during the process of forming this organization is dealing with different developers. I started with a team of developers, but things didn't go well with that organization because of, there was a lot of gray areas, and they were not capturing, the vision that I had, dealing with them, trying to deal with all these virtual teams and trying to have them capture the ideologies that I had in my head, to create the platform Oaekpost. That was a very difficult challenge, especially trying to manage this team from different geographic locations and all that. So after that, I was able to also find the right developer, and we forged forward. And another thing that I had is during my trademark process, Oaekpost is not, I didn't just want it to be a name. I wanted it to be a name that was trademarked, a name that, that meant something. Just like you take a bottle of Coca-Cola or take a bottle of Pepsi. That was the name that I wanted, so I decided to trademark. So a big challenge that I had was that at the genesis of Oaekpost, it was not really the name Oaekpost that I started with. I started with the name Scoop Nook. And when I filed my trademark, the USPTO attorneys, they had nothing with the name. Everything, it passed all the tests and everything, assessments that they were doing from their own perspective. But when they published Oaekpost, the trademark on the Scoop Nook trademark in their public gazette, a problem came up. The organization Barnes & Noble challenged the name. So they sent me a 900-page litigation paper telling me that I should not use the name Scoop Nook.
Really?
And the reason is because they say they own the word Nook. Because they produce, just like the iPad, they produce the Nook tablet. So I contacted a trademark attorney in the greater Seattle area where I reside, and when we started talking about it, he read the litigation paper. He just told me that I needed to rebrand. And just to cut the long story short, I rebranded the name from Scoop Nook and went to Scoopy Forest. And from Scoopy Forest, I now went to Oaekpost. That is the name that it is today. And we have also been lucky enough to have received our trademark, and we've passed all the tests, and there's no more challenges. So these are some of the challenges. And also, one of the challenges that every entrepreneur also faces most of the time is the challenge of finance and all that. Everything has been coming out of my pocket. So I would say, but what kept me going in summary of it all is I just kept on showing up on a daily basis. I did not give up. I did not relent. I just kept on pushing forward despite the challenges, and here I am today. Oaekpost is formed.
I heard you say something about your contributing editors and contributing writers. Mm-hmm. I want to know how you guard against plagiarism.
That's a big one. On our platform, I have a very, very strong quality assurance process that we go through. There's a lot of line editing going on Oaekpost. When articles are turned in, we make sure that we are line editing every single article using different word processing and grammar checking functions and functionalities that are out there, like Grammarly and all those things that we use. And we use it so that we can make sure that we're picking out any kind of variation when it comes to plagiarism. And another thing that we also do on Oaekpost, we have a technical documentation that we have created for our guest writers and also for our staff writers on the process of writing the perfect Oaekpost article. And we use this as an orientation process for our writers and our guest contributors as they're coming on board on Oaekpost to teach them the different things that is the way we write and the way we check all the different articles that are coming on board to make sure that it passes through our litmus test so that it can be publishable on our platform. So we go through a rigorous process to make sure that we're checking plagiarism and checking any content variation that will impact us. And some of the other things that we do in summary is that we hyperlink, in the sense that if we are quoting from different sources, we're hyperlinking those sources to give credit to whom credit is due. And also we're using different referencing methods, to check plagiarism to make sure that we are referencing and giving credit to all the people that deserve all the credit that they need.
Interesting. The name Oaekpost, I'm sure like my viewers, they'll be wondering what word is that? What kind of language is that? That word is spelled Oaekpost. How did you come about this name?
Okay, like I said, we went through different processes, especially from the first time we filed our trademark. We went from Scoop Nook, then we went to Scoopy Forest, and then I said, okay, instead of choosing names that will give me problems during the time that I am going to file my trademark and all that, I needed to do something unique. So I used my name, Ogbonnaya Agom-Eze, O-A-E. I come from the Igbo tribe in Nigeria, and the word Eze means king. So that is the K that is in the name that that you just spelled, which is Oaekpost. So it's simply Ogbonnaya Agom-Eze Post. So that is how I came up with the name Oaekpost.
What are the achievements that Oaekpost have already so far?
Oaekpost has, you know, done some numbers. That's how I'll put it. We started the process of creating Oaekpost in 2017. That is the time we started building the platform. All the developments that was going on. But on 22nd of February, 2021, we launched Oaekpost and it went live. Since we went live, we have been able to garner about 5 million users globally. There's about 195 and 196 countries around the world. We have had users coming from all these countries across the world from our big data. And also, these users that have come on board, they have been able to view over 80 million pages on Oaekpost. Over 80 million page views in just roughly 1 year. And they have been able to initiate over 18 million sessions on our platform. So it's a content-driven website. A lot of people are coming there because of the content and the rich information that they're gaining, that is transforming their lives, that is adding value to their lives, that is improving them and helping them unearth their potentials in becoming a better person. So I would say these are some of the numbers that we have run and some of our achievements that we have been able to accomplish. And also, like I mentioned, we have been able to get cleared for our trademark. We are a trademarked organization right now. So these are the few achievements that we have. Our goal is not to remain at 5 million users. Hopefully your users that are watching us today, they'll be so excited, to become part of the Oaekpost family and, visit our platform and all that. So we want to grow from 5 million to 10 million, 15 million, 20 million, and just keep growing. And also we want the page views to keep growing. We want it to go from 80 million, 160 million until it reaches 1 billion. So that is our goal. And those are some of the achievements that we have garnered through our big data and our analytics. So those are some of the numbers and things that we have done and achieved.
Wow. The numbers are mind-boggling. I am sure my viewers will be in awe. I would like to understand one thing, and I would like you to explain it. Or maybe, let me just say, put you on a hot seat. Mm-hmm. If you were given a fee of any amount to relinquish your position and your influence in Oaekpost, would you accept it?
At the moment, I would say it's almost like you giving birth to a baby today and you're giving up the baby for adoption immediately. You wouldn't want to do that. So for now, my goal is the users out there. I want to add value to their minds. Some organizations have come. A couple of months ago, about 6 months time frame, they've come and they've offered hundreds of thousands. They asked me, what is your value? How much do you need? And things like that. But I turned it down because I told myself, if they're offering me this amount at this fledgling stage in this organization that I just kicked off, that means I am sitting on a gold mine. I'm sitting on something that is worth a little bit more. But that is not even my focus right now. My focus is the users. My focus is my followers. My focus is reaching the world and transforming the lives of people. There's a lot of negativity. That's just like you mentioned at the start of your show. There's a lot of negativity in the world today. There's a lot of things that are impacting the lives of people. People are being fed a lot of garbage. I want to be that person to remove that garbage with positive, rich information, positive, rich content that will transform the lives of people. So should a company come to me right now offering me something, I'm humbly going to turn it down. And the reason I'll turn it down because I want to impact the lives of people on this globe. And like I told you, those are some of the foundations of the things that are driving me as a person and as a founder of this organization, which is what? Passion, change, and transformation. So for a fee, right now, I'm not going to consider it. But my goal, like I said, is the users out there, is the followers out there, so that I can keep transforming their minds.
From your experience, can you tell us and give us some information or some advice or some parting words to the viewers who would want to venture into something like this, something similar?
Okay. So, as an entrepreneur, there are challenges you're going to face. You might have a dream, you might have a passion, you might have a potential, you might have a talent, you might have something hidden within you that is waiting for an expression. Don't stop yourself. Don't stop dreaming. Don't, limit yourself. Don't keep dreaming. Keep moving ahead. Stay determined. Stay driven. Stay passionate. Keep moving forward. Even if they knock you down, stand up again. Even if situation, challenges, punches you down, keep getting up and just keep moving forward. That is what I'm going to advise everyone. It is not going to be an easy road. It is not going to be a cakewalk. It's going to be almost like walking on coals. It's going to be like walking on nails. But the thing that keeps you going every day is that vision, that passion, that potential that is burning within you. So my advice to the users out there and those that are listening to me is, if you have a dream, pursue the dream. If you have a passion, pursue the passion. If you have a potential that is burning in you, let it out. Let it light up your life. Let it keep pushing you forward and keep showing up despite the challenges, despite the things that will prevent you from moving forward, despite the pit holes, despite the hurdles. Scale the hurdles. Leap over the hurdles. Keep scaling and keep moving forward. Always remember that determination today will always lead to success tomorrow. You just got to put in the passion and keep moving forward and not give up on your dreams. That is what I would tell everyone out there.
Oh, it's been an interesting time with you, Mr. Ogbonnaya Agom-Eze.
Thank you so much for having me.
Have a pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, viewers, I hope you enjoyed our session with the founder and CEO of this organization. We would like you to kindly follow us on the details on the screen and enjoy the content we share. Until next time, I remain your host, Nwankwo. See you in the next episode.